Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Corporate Fight Night 2007. My name is Mark Michaels, founder of Ringside Boxing. First, I'd like to thank all the contenders for all the hard work and effort they put into training to be here at Fight Night 2007. Also the trainers and also our sponsors. And lastly, all of you here, thank you for your support. Let's have a great night. God bless.
My name is Alan Granville, 34 years old, born and bred in Dublin in Ireland. Lived in England for 13 years and came off the boat over here about 3 years ago and settled and now proud Kiwi resident. Mum and Dad live over in Dublin and I've only got one sister. She's currently in Sydney at the moment, working as a beauty therapist. I write about sport because I'm actually a sports journalist, so all day I'm writing about sport. But active-wise, I've done very little in my life. I've never been fit and I kind of thought, I've got to start doing something now, otherwise it's going to be too late. And I wanted to do something that was completely out of my comfort zone. And boxing is completely out of my comfort zone. I couldn't even run 5 minutes on a treadmill before I started all this. So for the first time I can actually say I'm actually fit, or I'm definitely getting fitter. So all of these kind of impacted on my life and I've lost, I think 10, 12 kilos so far. So I think I'm the biggest loser of the group so far. So on the night, if I'm there and I'm fit and I'm ready and I've conquered all of these little kind of handicaps in my head, then I think I shall do okay. I just don't want to disappoint anyone. I'm really glad for everyone's support. They've, especially my partner, who's just been a complete rock. I just hope to don't disappoint them and give a good performance.
Andre Seagate, 34 years of age, born and bred in Auckland. I have one sister, she's 3 years younger than me. Parents still happily married after 35 odd years, and they live up here in Auckland also. And I've learnt it's a real mental challenge and it's a real confidence thing also. So that's what got me into it. I wanted to grow in my personal capacity, so that's why I took it on. I'm a commercial sales and leasing agent for Bailey's Real Estate, head office down at the Viaduct. I've been there for about 8.5 years. It's a great family business, and what I love about it is there's about 6 of us from my old schooling days that are working there, so it's pretty cool working with your mates. When I look back at the beginning, I had a lot of work to do. You know, my footwork was terrible, technique was terrible. I was a muppet, basically. You know, looking back, I've come a long way, I think. I know Armin, my trainer, has been pretty brutal for 12 weeks. I've been his bitch. I can't wait for when it's all over to take him out on the town, and even if it's for 12 minutes, I'm going to you up.
My name's Barbara Smith and I'm from Wellington originally. Moved up here 20 years ago for work, and now living in Dairy Flat with my partner and 4 kids. I went to Heratonga College in Wellington. Currently I'm now running a voice-over IP phone company. I've always done sport. Boxing's the latest thing for now. I've joined Les Mills 3 years ago and just needed a challenge, so boxing was the next challenge. Family is very important. Watching kids grow up, and we've got 3 teenagers in the house now, and so that makes it all very challenging. It's a big commitment to do all the training and try and manage a family and a business and everything all together, but loving the training, really cool. The hardest challenge I've had, both physically and mentally. The physical side, yeah, I'm getting the better of. I'm still working on the mental side. I'm going to give it my best shot. I've trained for 12 weeks for this, and it's going to be all on. Let me hear you.
Bryce Lendoff, and I've come out of Riverhead. I did my high school in Waitakere College in West Auckland. I have a small civil contracting company doing directional boring, drilling holes into the ground, putting utilities under the ground. Played a lot of schoolboy rugby league. Played for the Mount Albert Lions and Mara Saints. Boxing's been a big passion of mine for a while, and I haven't been able to fulfil it because of my working commitments, so I saw the opportunity and grabbed it. Dougie's a hard man in training, so he pushes me real hard. I really don't like the endurance side of it. You really get pushed to your limits. You get taken out of your comfort zone. Definitely get a lot fitter, and hopefully I can do everything I've been taught in the gym with all the gym work, but I think I'll go all right, yeah. I'd really like to thank all the guys from ringside, Mark and Dougie, and also Lolo Haimani from Balmoral, my wife and kids for putting up with me through all the training in the last couple of months. I've got 3 kids and a beautiful wife, so hopefully I can do it for them.
David Williams, and I'm originally from Bluff. I was born in Bluff, one of 9 kids, and then we grew up in Nelson basically. And from Nelson went to Palmerston North, spent 7 years in there, and then came to Auckland about 10 years ago. I'm a commercial manager, which means I'm a bean counter by trade. My role looks after IT, finance, procurement and quality of our business. And the business I work for is called Energex, and we're a subcontractor to Vector. Started karate in my early 20s and did that for around 20 years. But then with the birth of my kids, I just couldn't give the time to it. I met my wife when I was down in Wellington. We just seemed to hit it off, and I got a job in Auckland. She decided that Wellington wasn't going to be the place for her if I wasn't there, so, well, that's what I think anyhow. We went to the first fight night, and Kevin, our boss, he was doing the training here, and he said, oh, you know, let's go along and have a bit of a corporate event thing. And so all of our senior team went along and with our wives and glammed up and came to the fight night. And at the end of it, he said, anybody keen? Yeah. The training's been hard, yeah, real hard. But, you know, it's not without its good points, but you know, once the training's finished, I want to find out what those good points are. There's a proverb that says, as iron sharpens iron, so one man shall sharpen another. And you know, I think it's just going to be a good night. I don't know how I'm going to go. I'm just going out there for a good, clean fight and see how it comes off on the night.
Emil Palmer is my name. Went to Ponsonby Primary, went on to Ponsonby Intermediate, then finished off at Mount Albert Grammar. Great advocator of sport for children. I'm a legacy coach. I'm still trying to get over the fact that here I am doing something that I know nothing about. Learning a new craft is something that I'm enjoying really. Looking forward to the night to see the fruition of the last few months. For me here tonight, I'm doing it because it scares the shit out of me, and it's something new, challenging, pretty tough thing to be doing. I'm feeling pretty anxious really, but looking forward to it. My key motivators is what brought me here as well, that being passion, freedom. You know, dealing with a fear such as stepping into the ring is something that I've accomplished really. Stared fear in the face, inner critics, and here I am today. First of all, I want to thank the Les Mills organisation. I want to thank Spa at the Hyatt. Dylan, my trainer, mate, you've put me through my paces. I've learned a lot more about myself with you pushing me through. Everybody back there at Sally Anderson Limited, Sally, you're a fantastic lady. Chris, this legacy coaching thing is our flag. You're the best.
name's Fiona Cave, originally from Auckland. I went to school at Rutherford High School. After leaving sixth form, I went on to do 2 years of travel and tourism at Carrington Polytech, and then went straight into the workforce. Since primary school, I played netball right up through till high school, and then from there did a bit of aerobics instructing, and then fitness has just been part of my life since then. Went along to fight night and saw that it didn't look as hard or as sort of gruesome as I thought it would be. I thought there'd be more blood and bruising, but there actually wasn't. So at the end of it, I thought, geez, I could really do this. So I decided to do it this time and actually get in the ring. I enjoy hitting the pads, enjoy hitting the bags, getting a bit of aggression out. And you've just really got to get your head around someone's actually going to be throwing punches at you, which is quite daunting at the beginning. But you get used to it, and with your trainer, they're giving you that enthusiasm to keep going. It helps you along. Training with all these guys is amazing. We all come from different backgrounds, and you know, we've all got different lifestyles, so it's just amazing how everyone can come together and actually put themselves in the ring, and everyone's so different. Yeah, they're just a great bunch of people, really. I think I'll do all right. I just don't want to be knocked out, so as long as I get through those 3 rounds, I'll be happy. I just want to thank everyone for putting up with me over the last 12 weeks, and hope you have a really good night.
Jerome Brown's my name, Westy, born and bred. Grew up in Glen Eden. I went to Mount Albert Grammar, and then leaving Mags, went to Auckland University. 1 year university, and all I ate was KFC, so I had to get back into sport later that year. I'd actually ballooned up to almost 100 kilos that year, just KFC, PlayStation. So yeah, I got back into sport, played a bit of indoor netball, played everything I could, basketball, and lost a bit of weight. Boxing I've never really been into. I've always played other more team-oriented sports, always been chicken to go their solo sport route. So after the last corporate fight, which I had the pleasure of attending, my brother was fighting in that, I just looked at the whole professionalism, the whole glitz and glamour, and watching my brother fight was awesome, it was inspirational. I just thought, geez, I've got to do that. You know, before I die, one of the things I've got to do in life is get in that ring, fight in front of hundreds of people, and see what it feels like. You know, my trainer Armin, he's been really, really hammering me, and I think without his help, I probably would have pulled out a long time ago. He's been pushing me, training me really hard, and with all my family watching, there's no way I'm going to be knocked out. That lucky punch, hopefully I don't get, but yeah, I'll remember everything that Armin's been teaching me, and hopefully I can survive the three rounds, and do my family proud. I want to hear your guys' voices. Make sure you're really loud. Kick my ass if I'm looking slack.
John Batchelor, and I live in Auckland on the North Shore. Went to school on the shore, and at Rangitoto College, and left there and went and did an electrical apprenticeship with a local power board. Got my way through to a management position with Energex, who are a contractor for the local distribution companies like Vector and PowerCo and people like that. So I look after a group of guys who run around the streets and keep everyone's power on. So lights on, all good. My family, English. I was born in England. I've got my folks and I've got a brother and sister older than myself, and I live with my partner and 2 dogs. My partner is actually a kickboxer, and she's New Zealand and South Pacific title holder in boxing and kickboxing for bantamweight. So she was sort of the one that sort of thought that this might be a good idea for me to understand what she goes through. I've always been pretty lazy, and I think this was part of my personal challenge to see if I could be dedicated enough to go through the 12-week program, and no, it's been good. Fantastic regime with all the different activities that they get us doing. Don't quite like it during the time, but afterwards you sort of can reflect and say it wasn't too bad after all. Yeah, I'll back myself, and my partner will be up there in the rafters, so if things don't go my way, she'll be running down and backing the corner, so best of luck to her if I'm fighting.
My name's Josh. I'm from the States. Originally I'm from Hawaii. I'm kind of from Hawaii and Oregon. I came initially out here to travel, and then I eventually ended up falling in love with the place. I really like Auckland. It suits me really well. It's the perfect mix to me between Hawaii and Oregon. I started working for Les Mills. Half the job is sales, the other half is consulting people on their fitness. The family lives over in the States. They're all doing good. Trying to get them over here to check out New Zealand. I grew up playing gridiron football in the States and basketball. I really enjoy boxing. I'm pretty excited about getting in the ring here and slugging it out. Initially, I approached Mark about being a sparring dummy and got roped into actually doing the event. So Mark set me up pretty well. Kind of moving away from the weights now and more into cardio. Fighting training with a guy named Chris Easley over on the shore. He's my coach. I think I'll do okay. Actually, I don't know. I have no idea. Maybe I'll get knocked out. Hopefully not. I can hold my own. I got a pretty thick skull. Thanks to Mark, really. I mean, he's done a really good job with this whole thing, and I'm excited to be a part of it. Also, my coach, Chris Easley, he's been really good helping me achieve my goals with fitness.
Leon Rose, born and bred in Auckland. Very different person now to when I was at school. I was a pretty quiet little dude at school. Blonde hair, glasses, you know, back teeth, got shit from everyone. And I left school when I was 16 after the sixth form and begun my working career from there. I worked for a year and a half in Takapuna in a camera shop, was always my interest. So I was lucky enough to get that job and stayed there for a year and a half, and then I got itchy feet and wanted to go travelling, so I travelled for 7 years. I actually originally left just for a year and was brought up in the Jewish religion. So I followed that and went to Israel. I'm engaged. I'm getting married at the end of the year to a lovely French girl called Caroline. Hey, Caroline. Thanks for everything. I got asked to photograph the last ringside, so I was actually the guy taking photos at the ring last time. With a friend of mine, Jules, who's doing it again this time. And after that, Alex, I was training with Alex about a month later, and Alex said to me, do you want to do a boxing fight? And I kind of giggled and went, oh, ringside. He said, yeah, and I went, yeah, why not? I've never done anything like that, so here I am. Oh, I'm pretty confident, eh? I mean, you know, I've still got a lot to learn. I've still got a lot to work on. The guys I've been sparring with have been hard out, you know. It's been good coming down here. But, you know, I've got the best trainers anyone could have. That's it.
Mike Burke, originally from Lower Hutt, Wellington, New Zealand. Decided to move up here. Went to boarding school, a farmer's boarding school, so it was a pretty strict upbringing there. From there to Avondale College, where it was a bit more of a free rein. I did too well at school that I decided not to go to university. When I left high school and I found out that I could buy alcohol and I could eat fast food, I could eat whatever I wanted, I stopped playing sport. The most exercise I ever did was walking up a set of stairs to get to the office until I met Mark and the Ringside Boys. I now work for Independent Liquor. I'm the brand manager for all their beers, including Carlsberg, as you guys are drinking tonight. We were involved with round one. Carlsberg looked after some of the beers there, and with the adrenaline pumping through, watching all the guys fight there and fueled with a few too many Carlsbergs in the stomach, I met Mark and he asked me how it was, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll fight in the next one. And totally forgot about it until a month before training when he called me up and said, so you're still keen? I wake up in the morning and I don't want to hit the snooze button. At 5 o'clock I want to go to bed. I can walk upstairs without sweating. I can go 3 days without eating McDonald's. I used to smoke a pack a day. I quit cold turkey and haven't gone back. My goal here is not to get knocked out, is to last the 3 rounds and hopefully land a few goodies and leave a few marks. Have the guy remember that he fought me in the ring. Cheers for coming, don't laugh too hard, and go for me at least for one of the rounds.
Kia ora, my name is Rana Horan. Currently live in South Head. Grew up on the Hibiscus Coast. I got a baby. He's 18 months old. Austin's his name. It's pretty cool. Currently got a business in Ellerslie, Exhibition Hire Services. We do shows and conferences nationwide. Played contact sports most of my life with rugby and stuff. Did surf lifesaving, squash, basically anything going on. Getting a bit older now, so not into the contact sports so much. Sort of taken up four-wheel drive racing. Met a few mates, played around in the garage, and we have a drink in there. Yeah, so we thought we'd have a crack at this. I just know Shane Wijon, and he gave me a call one day and said, we're doing this, are you keen? And I said, yep. I'll have a crack at that. And that's about it. It's always hard, you know, it's physical. Getting a hit, it always takes a bit of mental mind power to sort of cope with it. Well, hopefully you're going to win. Hopefully, that's the aim of the game, isn't it? No, I just want to enjoy myself and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty competitive, always want to win. Have a good night, I suppose.
My name's Saul Dello, I'm from West Auckland. I went to school at Avondale College and then I went to Green Bay after that. Played a little bit of rugby league when I was in my younger years. Done a little bit of kickboxing. Worked for myself for a few years. I got 3 kids and a wife. They're 9, 6 and 3. 2 girls and a boy. I wanted to be part of Fight Night because I just want to test myself and see what I can do. My training's gone really good. Andrew pushes us quite hard and feeling quite good. I think what I'm really gaining out of it is just boxing skills, fitness. Tonight I hope it's a hard fight and I'll just see how it goes. Take it step by step.
My name's Scott Morris. I'm an Auckland boy, born and bred from Sandringham. 2 schools had the privilege of having me, Ross School Grammar and Mags. I've been a personal trainer for probably close to 17 years. I'm here at Les Mills, Auckland. Been here for 5 years now. Seems like about 2 months, but it's flown by, but yeah. I've pretty much grown up playing rugby and had a pretty long martial arts background as well. So this has been very different for me. Dylan's done a great job. I've been lazy, you know, but he's done well at dragging me into this gym and getting me fit. So anyone that can do that, credit. Boxing's really made me learn a lot about myself in the last 12 weeks. Good. Concept of getting in that ring for 6 minutes, something I've wanted to do for a long time, so just got to get in there and bomb it. I'd like to say hello to my boy Tane, who's here, my other boy Cooper, who's at home, hopefully, in bed, my beautiful girl Rachel. I'd like to say big thanks to Dylan for doing an absolutely incredible job with getting me through 12 weeks because it's been bloody hard.
Hi, I'm Tony Vicatrin. Originally came from the South Island, did some time at Southland Boys High School, then went on to Nelson College. I've got a company called Super Dockets Advertising. We do the little ads on till receipts and supermarkets. I've got a partner called Hannah, little baby girl, 5 months of age, called Sienna, and son, 22 years of age, bit of a gap there, Benjamin. You know, I was asked to do it, coming to the gym a little bit too often. I thought, well, what a challenge. Here we are, night's coming up. You know, I'm lucky to have a trainer like Dylan. He's been really good. You know, he's motivating me in what I'm doing, he's pushing me hard, I'm listening to him, I'm trusting in everything he says, so it's all on his shoulders. There's been no sport that I've ever been involved in where 2 minutes seems to go for as long as it does. Fast forward to 2 minutes each time would be a good thing. Look, I'm coming in behind the 8 ball. Been training hard last couple of weeks. I'm pretty keen to get in there and hold my own and maybe come out with something on top.
Ever wanted to improve your fitness, try new classes, improve your boxing technique or take on a brand new challenge? Then Ringside Boxing is for you. Situated in the underground car park of Les Mills World of Fitness, Ringside Boxing offers 20 classes a week, a specialised 12-week training program, a 6-week program, professional boxing instructors, professional trainers who teach boxing and kickboxing, boxing accessories, state-of-the-art boxing equipment and facilities, and technical sparring. If you ever wanted to go to that next step in training or wanted to try something new, then come on into Ringside, situated in the underground car park at the Les Mills World of Fitness on Victoria Street West. Ever wanted to improve your fitness, try new classes, improve your boxing technique or take on a brand new challenge? Then Ringside Boxing is for you. How about our Ringside Ultimate Speed Test? Challenge yourself to see how fast you can go for as long as you can go. This is an unapologetic speed fest. We train with high intensity and moderate to high complexity, combining speed with various combinations that will develop your anaerobic fitness systems. Combining heavy bag and floor work, you won't come out of this class feeling like I could have gone harder. We won't allow it. And our novelty program, revs per minute versus Ringside. RPM, revs per minute on a spin bike, is a 30-minute program, followed by boxing, 30 minutes. And there are core training, 20 minutes. It's unique to Ringside Boxing, situated in the underground car park of the Les Mills World of Fitness on Victoria Street West.